Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Everyone knows to play the kirtan. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajagacharya Ashtottara Satasri Srimad's Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Prabhupada Anoga Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nittai Gaur Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudidayet. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. This one. Canto 5, Chapter 13, Text 8. Chalana Kvachit Kantaka Sarkarangir Nagaru Rukshur Vimana Ivaste Pade Pade Abhyantara Vahninarditah Kautumbikah Krudyati Vaijanaya. Please repeat. Chalana Kvachit Kantaka Sharkarangir Nagaru Rukshur Vimana Ivaste Pade Pade Abhyantara Vahninarditah Kautumbikah Krudyati Vaijanaya. Chalana Kvachit Kantaka Sharkarangrir Nagaru Rukshir Vimana Ivasate Pade Pade Abhyantara Vahninarditah Kautumbikah Krudyati Vaijanaya. Chalana Kvachit Kantaka Sharkarangrir Nagaru Rukshir Vimana Ivaste Pade Pade Abhyantara Vahninarditah Kautumbikah Krudyati Vaijanaya. Chalana Kvachit Kantaka Sharkarangrir Nagaru Rukshur Vimana Ivaste पदे पदे अभ्यन्तरवह्निनार्दितः कौटुम्बिकः क्रुध्यति वैजनाय Mataji, is anybody want to chant? Kvachin, I'm sorry. Chalan, wandering. Kvachit, sometimes. Kantaka Sharkara, pierced by thorns and small stones. Angrihi, whose feet. Naga, the hills. Arurukshuhu, one desiring to climb. Vimanaha, disappointed. Iva, like. Aste, becomes. Pade pade, step by step. Abhyantara, within the abdomen. Vahnina, by the strong fire of appetite. Arditaha, being fatigued and aggrieved. Kautumbikaha, a person living with his family members. Krudhyati, becomes angry. Why? Certainly. Janaya, at the family members. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Sometimes the merchant in the forest wants to climb the hills and mountains, but due to insufficient footwear, his feet are pricked by small stone fragments and by thorns on the mountain. Being pricked by them, he becomes very aggrieved. Sometimes a person who is very attached to his family becomes overwhelmed with hunger, and due to his miserable condition, he becomes furious with his family members. Purport: the ambitious conditioned soul wants to be very happy in this material world with his family, but he is compared to a traveler in the forest who desires to climb a hill full of thorns and small stones. As stated in the previous verse, the happiness derived from society, friendship and love is like a drop of water in the scorching heat of the desert. One may want to become very great and powerful in society, but this is like attempting to climb a hill full of thorns. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura compares one's family to high mountains. Becoming happy in their association is like a hungry man's endeavoring to climb a mountain full of thorns. Almost 99.9% of the population is unhappy in family life, despite all the attempts being made to satisfy the family members. In the Western countries, due to the dissatisfaction of the family members, there is actually no family life. There are many cases of divorce, and out of dissatisfaction, the children leave the protection of their parents. Especially in this age of Kali, family life is being reduced. Everyone is becoming self-centered because that is the law of nature. Even if one has sufficient money to maintain a family, the situation is such that no one is happy in family life. Consequently, according to the Varnashrama institution, one has to retire from family life in the middle age. Panchashordvam vanam vrajet. One should voluntarily retire from family life at the age of 50 and go to Vrindavana or a forest. This is recommended by Srila Prahlad Maharaj. Tat sadhu manye asuravarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhiyam asat grihat hitvatmapatam grihamandhakupam vanam gato yattharim ashrayeta. There is no benefit in transferring one from one forest to another. One must go to the Vrindavana forest and take shelter of Govinda. That will make one happy. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is therefore constructing a Krishna Balarama temple to invite its members as well as outsiders to come and live peacefully in a spiritual atmosphere. That will help one become elevated to the transcendental world and return home back to Godhead. Another sentence in this verse is very significant. Kautumbikaha krudyati vai janaya. When one's mind is disturbed in so many ways, he satisfies himself by becoming angry with his poor wife and children. The wife and children are naturally dependent on the father, but the father, being unable to maintain the family properly, becomes mentally distressed and therefore chastises the family members unnecessarily. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Achinnadara dravina yasyanti girikananam. Being disgusted with family life, one separates from the family by divorce or some other means. If one has to separate, why not separate willingly? Systematic separation is better than forced separation. Forced separation cannot make anyone happy, but by mutual consent or by the Vedic arrangement, one must separate from his family affairs at a certain stage and fully depend on Krishna. This makes one's life successful. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Kauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Somebody is choosing some special slokas and giving me. Kautumbika is mentioned here. Kautumbika krudyati vai janaya. You become angry with your family members because there's nobody else to become angry with. If you get angry with the boss, you'll lose your job. But he is the reason for you getting angry. So, in order to vent your anger, you will pick on innocent people who are dependent on you and show your Vishwarupam to them. They cannot do anything to you. And they'll just get more distressed. Then you feel bad that you yelled at your family members and you like to do something for them. You take them for a movie, take them to the park, take them for a ride, give them something to eat. They are alpa santoshi, they'll easily get satisfied also. Then after some time you'll scream at them again. In this way they become official holders of your anger. Now and then, after some time, they'll leave you. In this way, you will feel, I'm very sorry, I'm very sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I'm doing it. So constantly, in this material world, the living entity is made to do things that he doesn't want to do, but he is aroused by material nature and the three modes. And he finds himself in a very awkward position. I don't want to be this type of a person, but unfortunately, I am acting like that. I don't have control over myself. I feel powerless. In this way, we can see two operations inside. One, willing to be a good person, willing to do the right thing. The other one, hopelessly, uncontrollably performing. This is the meaning of conditioned soul. Conditioned soul means he can very clearly see with a little intelligence, there's something is wrong. I am not such a bad man, but I am forcefully doing this. This is a question that Arjuna asked Krishna. Atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anicham api varshneya baladiva niyojita. Balad iva niyojita. By force, I am doing certain things. Anicham. I don't have ichcha, I don't have desire. Still by force, anicham api varshneya baladiva niyojita. Atakena prayuktoyam. Why is it like this? Papam chariti purushaha. I do sinful activity. Although I don't want to do it. Krishna answers, Kama yesha krodha yesha rajo guna samudbhava. Mahashano mahapapamo vidyena miha vairinam. He says because of lust. Kama. Which becomes krodha. Krodha, anger. Rajoguna samudbhava, pushed by Rajoguna. Mahashano mahapapama, this is your greatest enemy. Vidyena miha vairinam. Watch out. And what is the meaning of that? Lust simply means your love for Krishna has turned around 180 degrees. You cannot indulge in sense gratification and lust again and expect to become peaceful. You must turn the lust into love of Krishna. This is the business of a yogi. This is the business of human life. How to be in control of yourself means a simple understanding is to again become a natural lover of Krishna. This is unnatural situation. And you can feel that unnatural situation. I am not like this. This is not me. But still hopelessly we do that. That's why this material world is very dangerous. Because pushed by the modes, you will act even though you don't want to. Because it's a world of Maya. You are forced to do if you want to be here. And why you want to be here? You have a desire for material enjoyment. Maya will use you to run this material world. While you are given that commission, okay, you enjoy. But you have to be part of my whole program. I'll push you to do certain things. The material world has to run in a particular way. So you party to that. So invariably, material life is what it is. Intelligent person understands and he starts serving Krishna so that he can revive his love of Krishna. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitambam vishame bhavam budau kripaya Tavapada pankaja stita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. He at least understands what he should do theoretically and why these things are happening. There is a supreme cause, and therefore he tries to submit to that supreme cause, Krishna, and revives his relationship with Krishna. And gradually the force of material nature will stop. This is very clearly mentioned in the Bhagavatam, in the Bhagavad Gita, that this is how it works. This is what you must do. So, misery in this world, there is an explanation for it. But the problem with the conditioned soul is because of his false ego, because of his desire, he cannot listen properly, can't understand, can't listen. And even if he understands, he cannot act. Even if he acts, he makes mistakes. In this way, at every point and every step, he is faulty. That is why the mercy of the Lord is very important. That's why the mercy of a pure devotee is very important. It acts in spite of your condition and elevates you. So this chanting of the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, is a full manifestation of Krishna's mercy on the living entity, on the conditioned soul. If he can just catch hold of this rope of the holy name, he can climb out of this Grihamanda Kupam that is mentioned here, that Prahlad Maharaj told his father, Hitvatma patam Grihamanda Kupam vanam gato tat harimashrayata. Go to the forest and take shelter of Hari. So everybody is pushed to do this, but people are resisting. But this is the only way if you want to become relieved. Otherwise, you will simply be all the time harassed by kama, krodha, lobha, madha, moha, matsarya. Like this you will be harassed. It's a conditional soul getting ragged by material nature. Why? Because he has to wake up to the reality, I am a servant of Krishna, I should serve Krishna. This is what he is supposed to wake up to. So Krishna has made this arrangement, putting you here. So by interaction with matter in the material world, however you may interact, you may think I want to have gratification. You may think I want to use matter in the service of Krishna. Either way, you will have to interact with material nature. And when you interact with material nature, these things will happen to you. The interaction of the material nature creates Sanghatas Chetana Dhritihi. It is mentioned there. All these elements, 24 elements that's listed. Krishna is explaining interactions amongst them produces feelings, emotions, the products of this material world, different perceptions, and all these different things that are made out of this material world. And the more we get entangled in the making of it, the more we get entangled in possessing these products and these varieties, we will lose track of the original cause. You get lost in the details, you get lost in the variety, and you miss track of the original cause, the origin of these varieties. So the trick is actually to keep the Supreme Lord always in the center of your life while dealing with the varieties. While dealing with the varieties. So that is what is required. That's why the chanting of the holy name is a great boon. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But rather, instead of doing this, people try all sorts of self-made shortcuts. Kutumba is very difficult, therefore I don't set up a kutumba at all. Very smart. What? I don't want a kudumba. Means I don't want a family. That's what Prabhupada says in the purport. In America, in family life, this family life is very difficult, so I don't want a family. Now people get married and they decide not to have a children. Because it's very difficult to have children. To maintain them, the child will open the mouth and say food. Then you have to feed. Then the child will open another entry from the back side and pass stool. Then you have to clean it up. In fact, all the 9 holes will open up and you have to cater to it now and then. All this is problem. My own 9 holes I am not able to manage properly. I take another living anytime, it's very difficult. So it's better for us to just, in this way, they do all these artificial things. And then actually they find that still whether kudumba or not, still it is miserable. Life is miserable. If kudumba you don't have, at least you have another person called your wife or your husband. You get angry with him. At least if there's kudumba, you can spread the anger among 4 or 5 people. 2 children you have, at least you can get shout at one child and this and get relieved. 3 people at least will support you if you shout at one person. There is a chance. But if you don't have a kudumbam, definitely it will end up in divorce. Why? Because only one person is taking the load of you. Definitely separate. So Prabhupada is saying that also invariably there is separation also. Great kudumbam cannot manage. Then you get married, you don't have children and then you separate. So sometimes I don't know, why did you divorce? Because I couldn't get along, but never had any child or anything, no. So Kali Yuga is so complicated. Whom to get angry with if I don't have a kudumbam? Whom to get angry with? Get angry with the sky. What can you do? So that's why it is designed to frustrate you. The only way in whatever you do, even if you don't have a family or have a family or you live in this world, invariably you have to maintain this body. Body has to maintain. You know, you have to work, you have to look after your health, you have to do so many things. And all these things become a challenge because the conditioned souls become smaller and smaller in his capacity, diminishes, and his own idea about yours suffers a lot. He really suffers a lot, not knowing what to do, what not to do. That is why great personalities like Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, when they descend into this world, they can give hope to so many people who don't know what to do, how to live, what's the purpose of life. So much of darkness, right? So that is why we should seek the association of good people. Bhajasadu samagamam tyaja durjana samsargam. You should give up the company of durjana. People who don't factor God into their life, people who don't factor Krishna into their life. We should not very much concern ourselves with them. Most people don't know what they are doing, why they are doing. They're just mechanically pushed by material nature to do many things. And especially if they don't seek good counsel and have some level of culture at least, they'll get pushed down and down and down. Very dangerous to live in the material world. People don't have knowledge of what it means to live in this world. That knowledge is what is called education. And you are in this situation because you don't have education. Nobody has educated you. And you're being educated by the society's leaders in such a way that you will cater to them. Your education, you're having not for your enlightenment, but for actually increasing the GDP of the country, not for you. your GDP never increases. Your education is a donation for somebody else. You should educate yourself on who you are, who is God, what's my relationship with Him. Then only there will be progress in life. But right now, all our education is meant for somebody else. In such a way, you have been enslaved so badly by material nature. And the best part of it is the education also, although you know, still you continue to do the same thing. So, the living entity, the conditioned soul, becomes so frustrated, so, full of anxiety, that he comes to a situation where he doesn't know what to do. That's when he thinks that I can commit suicide. Is best. And then he finds after committing suicide, I did not die. I am still living. That is even greater frustration. And now I have to live without my body. I am still living. So there is no way of finding a solution without following what Krishna has told. That is why Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Vam Vishame Bhavam Buddho. That is a step to take. I agree, my Lord, I have forgotten you. I want to be reinstated. I tried all sorts of gymnastics and tricks to not factor you in my life and try to survive. It has not happened. Right? That it's mentioned, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyante. After many, many lifetimes, a intelligent person understands Vasudevam Sarvamiti. Vasudeva is everything. Let me surrender to him. Such a person is very rare, it's mentioned. So, we should grab hold of the opportunity Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given. Krishna himself has come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and given. That the whole world, if we can understand this fact nicely, and we can get together and cooperatively worship the Lord, then you will become a very strong force. Nobody can break you. That's why it's necessary for us to have association, good association, and build upon that good association. The greatest security in this world is not hiring the so-and-so security company and putting one person there at the gate. The greatest security is to become interdependent and jointly dependent on Krishna. The center is Krishna, and we all depend on Krishna, and we are dependent on each other because we depend on Krishna and we feel connected with Krishna. In this way, that situation offers the best security. Mentally, physically, intellectually, spiritually, devotionally. In all these ways, you will become very secure. This is the meaning of the Sankirtan movement. Sankirtana means together I will do Kirtana. Very important to note. Very important to note. You must spend time doing Sankirtana with others together. What does it mean? The direct meaning is play the kartal, play the mridanga and chant the holy name. But that will induce you to be in a community of devotees because you need people to play the mridanga and kartal. So it induces you to be in a community, and if you are in a community, in a team, in a group of people, then you will have to learn to be tolerant, you'll have to be patient, you'll have to be a team player. Sankirtana is about team playing. Being together, helping each other to serve Krishna, and yourself also serving Krishna. In this way, everybody goes back to Godhead together. If you do Sankirtana, everybody goes back to Godhead together. That's the amazing thing. I am concerned, that is what Dhruva Maharaj was concerned about his mother. Mother was already coming back to Godhead with him. So, those who help us in Krishna consciousness, we want to do something for them. But Prabhupada wanted to do something for the whole world. Although they don't know who is Krishna, they have done nothing for him. He just giving to them Krishna consciousness. Okay, you have been ungrateful to Krishna. Okay, you have been unable to understand many things. But here is a gift for you. Please chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's a very valuable gift. He is giving it to everybody, irrespective of whether I know you or I don't know you, because you are a part and parcel of Krishna, and he knows you, and he'll be very happy to have you back. Please chant Hare Krishna. And this way, Prabhupada, out of his mercy, introduced Krishna consciousness to everybody in this world. So we should be happy in Krishna consciousness. We should chant Hare Krishna and learn to be satisfied. It's very important to be satisfied. Otherwise, you'll be constantly feeling anxiety, feeling irritable, angry, tortured and harassed by all these different, feelings. It's because we are not investing in Krishna, investing in the community of devotees, investing in relationship with devotees. When we sincerely chant Hare Krishna, then all these other things will stop. In a community which is made out of families, in the family, you don't feel the need anymore to shout at anybody. Rather, you feel the need, I want to serve you to become Krishna conscious. What can I do to help you to become Krishna conscious? I can help you to chant Hare Krishna. I can help you by providing you prasadam. I can help you by, reading Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita with you. In this way, instead of spending time fighting with each other, shouting at each other, and gnawing at each other like dogs, a devotee uses that time with his associates to discover Krishna, to read Bhagavatam together, to chant together, to do some seva together. And these are not ordinary things. These are very exalted activities. You sweep the floor, you chant in front of the Lord, you clean the vessels, you decorate the Lord, you make a garland for Him. All these are not ordinary activities at all. They are very, very exalted activities. We get the opportunity to do that. And the more you do that, the more you chant Hare Krishna and do that in the association of devotees, the more you'll become free of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. And the powerful modes of material nature cannot anymore attack you, cannot anymore harass you. Right? So, this is Prahlad Maharaj is being quoted here by Prabhupada. He is telling his father, why are you suffering? Grihamanda kupam. Why are you suffering in family life like this, shouting at me like this? Not only are you shouting, you are trying to kill me also. But the problem is I am not dying, because Krishna is protecting me. The problem is I am not dying, and the more you see me, the more angry you get. Because of lust. Why did you go and develop love for Krishna? Vanam gato tadharima ashrayata. Go to Vrindavana and remember Krishna. And if you chant Hare Krishna, if you remember Krishna and you start serving Krishna, all this fire of anger will slowly go down. This is the recommendation given by Prahlad Maharaj to stop your anger. Father was so angry. He wanted to kill Prahlad. So very nicely he is advising Father, if you want to reduce your anger, vanam gato tatharimashayata. This is reality. It may sound very odd that I am advising you like this, but this is the truth. I know the truth. I am not angry with you at all, although you are trying to kill me. Why? Because I am always thinking of Krishna. I am always depending on Him. So I don't waste my energy, become angry with you and shouting at you. What I do is I use my energy to serve Krishna more. Serve Krishna more. This is a smart proposal given by Lord Chaitanya. Instead of spending your time wondering who are you, what are you, why I'm acting like this, why I'm getting angry, all these reactive responses. Most of us are living in a world of reaction. You say something, he says something, and then it goes up and go to the social media, go to the court, go to the police station. What you said and what I said. Finally, Maya engages you in useless jobs. Because why? You have forgotten Krishna. You have forgotten Krishna. If you remember Krishna, you will want to serve Krishna. In this way, you will be engaged in something very useful and beneficial. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying here, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been set up for giving people an opportunity to seva. And they can contribute to human society. So, Prabhupada's mission is to invite everybody. Don't worry, I can give you a place. Prabhupada said in one lecture, we are telling people we can give you a place, we can give you food. Why don't you come and stay and practice Krishna consciousness? They are not interested. Why? Because independence is lost. Because my independence is lost, I cannot do whatever I want. I cannot do whatever I want. Okay. You think you have independence and you can do whatever you want. The Bhagavad Gita tells that actually you don't have independence. You are being pushed to do certain things by modes and you are claiming that to be, I did it. You are claiming, I did it. Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. But actually you are not doing it. In the conversation between Jada Bharat and Maharaj Rahugana, Maharaj Rahugana is asking, how is it possible? And Jada Bharat is explaining very graphically, very beautifully, in great depth, why it is so. And how you are inside it and you are a party to it. And how illusion, Maya, is attacking you so much that you cannot understand the truth that I am telling you standing in front of you. And again, Rahugana will say, but I am not understanding how you are telling this. Then very strongly Jada Bharat says, actually you will not understand. Because you are a king. Your reality is sense gratification. You accepted that as real. If sense gratification happens only, you feel that something has happened. Something real has happened. If you chant Hare Krishna and render service to Krishna, you feel I wasted my time. I must go have some sense gratification. This is your wiring. Your hard wiring is like this. But you don't understand, I am telling you, you are a fool. You are an idiot. He is openly telling the king. A fool like you thinks that you know. But actually you don't know. But you're talking like as though you know. He's using such strong words. Still Mara, but I don't understand. I don't understand that I'm a fool. Because you're a fool, how will you understand that you're a fool? It's difficult to understand. To understand that I'm a fool requires somebody else's intelligence at least. Hare yaar, you're a fool. Really? How? I did not know. This way you're a fool. Okay. See, if you're a fool, how will you understand that you're a fool? It's difficult. So, Jada Bharat is telling Maharaj Rahugana, that you're a fool, you think you know, but you don't know. Akovida, kovida vidha. Akovida means you have no experience and you're talking like somebody who has experience. This is because of illusion, he told him. It's Maya who is making you do this, fooling you. So, at all point times in a life, we may think we know, but actually we don't know. Somebody says he knows. Very rarely we must follow. Rarely in this world people will say, I know the truth, I know the reality, I'll follow. Come with me, I'll show you. Rarely do you see a person who is very confident and he knows the truth. We should follow. We should not keep thinking that I know, I know. You get cheated. So, taking advice also has got a challenge. If somebody wants to do good to you also, you will stand in the way. If somebody wants to do good to you, you stand in the way of getting benefited. This is the horrible condition of the living entity in this material world. So, all these are described by Jadabharat in many places. The ugly situation that you are in. And then Jadabharat also says, but I am not like that. I am out of that. I am not attached to this. I am free from this. But therefore, because I am free from this, I feel sad for you. Then he tells him, if you want to really understand, Mahatpada Rajobhishekam. Go and do Abhishekam using the dust of the lotus feet of a pure devotee. Do Abhishekam for yourself. Then there is a chance you will understand. And there is a chance that you can understand. In this way, reality and what is the truth is not so easy to know unless one has the mercy of a pure devotee coming to you. That is your great fortune. It is not according to your horoscope. It's got nothing to do with that. It's because of the pure devotee's desire to give you mercy. It's not mentioned in your horoscope. It's because Krishna's desire to give you mercy. That again is not mentioned in your horoscope. So, what in a horoscope it is mentioned is in what way you will remain conditioned. What are all conditioned activities you will do and how you will get stuck more. That is what is horoscope. That's why it should be called horror scope. Scope for future horror. What all you are going to do and how you are going to get entangled further. How you are going to get entangled further. And you have an inclination to do all these things. Some people take it so seriously. He said, it's mentioned in the horoscope, I should do exactly like that. They work very hard to make the horoscope come true. You should do this homa, this yajna, because the Jyotishan told me. Why didn't you do what Krishna told you? Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha madhyaji maam namaskuru. That you don't want to do. Some astrologer wants to take 1 lakh rupees from you and you are doing what? Why didn't you do? Krishna is giving free instruction. No money here. Just open your mouth and chant Hare Krishna. No. What the Jyotishan tells only is correct for me. He has told me my horoscope will come true. My horoscope has to come true. Why are you working so hard for your destiny to come true? It will anyway come true. You should work hard for what cannot come true unless you work for. Tasyaiva heto prayateta kovido na labhyate brahmatam uparyadaha talabhyate. What is it? Dukavat anyat sukhalena sarvatra gabira ramhasa. Not remembering properly. But he said, Tasyaiva heto prayateta kovido. Prayatna. Endeavor you should do. Intelligent people will do for that which is not available from top to bottom in this world. For that only they will endeavor. Because why? Kovida. They are intelligent. They are intelligent. Tasyaiva heto prayateta kovido. Na labhyate. What you don't get here, that only they will strive for. Not what is mentioned in your horoscope. That is, you are going to get anyway. Few slaps and getting fried. You don't have to go and tell the Jyotishan, make it better fry. Enne konja inna nare goru solunga, fry பண்ணும்போது என்ன. That's what Jyotishan will give you. Bhagavatam says, what is the use? You will only shift the load from left shoulder to right shoulder. But the load will not go out of you. Maximum the Jyotishan can do to you, your homa, yagya and all can do to you what? shift the load from the left to the right. School kids sometimes carry the school bag. Then they shift from here. So paining, shift from here to here. That's all you can do. But you cannot get rid of the load. But if you chant Hare Krishna, the load will go. Completely. Why don't you have the brains to understand it? Bhagavatam says, so bad, so unfortunate, you cannot understand it. You're continuing to do punascharvita charvananam, again and again chewing the chewed. So it's very sad, the condition of the conditioned soul. So that's why fortune means in our life we have come across a devotee. That is the greatest fortune, because he changes things for you. He makes you chant Hare Krishna, he makes you serve Krishna, he will make you understand this. And you may not actually like him much materially, but deeply internally you get attracted to him. Externally you feel, every time you meet him, he will make you feel guilty that you did not chant, you did not do this, you did not do that. But still you feel, I must go and meet him. Why? Because you're being directed by the super soul. It's good for you. And you're listening to that. But externally Maya is telling you, mind is telling you, don't do it. Go have gratification. So this battle is constantly going on between the good person in you and the bad person in you. But if you continue to follow Krishna's instruction, you will be successful. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. I am sure you don't have any questions because all these things are known to you.
It's like Bhakti Vinod Thakur is telling Grihe Thako, Bane Thako, Sada Hari Bole Thako. So either stay in home, stay in the forest, and to chant holy name. And then Prahlad Maharaj is telling that Vanam Gato Yat, it's like, Hari Masriyeta. Means to go to forest and take shelter of Hari. So if take shelter of Hari, is it necessary to go to forest?
Because you only quoted, no? Grihetako, vanetako, sada hari boletako.
No, but
If you're staying in the forest or staying in the house, you should chant Hare Krishna. So it is not against staying in the forest, what you said.
no, but Prahlad Maharaj is telling first Vanam Gato, then telling Hari Masrayata.
Because he is a different category. He can't stay at home. Prahlad has decided, Grihetako, vanetako, for you, vanetako is better. He told his father. Asurya Varya Dehinam, oh number one Asura, for you better than staying at home and trying to trouble me, which has become difficult for you, because I am not getting troubled. Go to Vana. Go to Vrindavana. That's all. It's Prahlad Maharaj's opinion. You may not follow, you can stay at home and chant Hare Krishna. But to chant Hare Krishna you must. It doesn't matter whether it is Vanetako or Grihetako. Chant Hare Krishna you must do. According to your material situation, you may choose Vanetako or Grihetako. That's what Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has told us. If the whole world follows Prahlad Maharaj's statement, Vanetako, there are no forests also. Everything has been cut down. Forest is inside here only, according to Chanakya Pandit. Mata yasya grihe nasti bharya cha apriyavadini aranyam tena gantavyam yata aranyam tata griham. The forest is in the house only. Why? The wife is shouting at you all the time when you come from. And your mother is not there to speak some nice sweet words. Don't have to go to forest. Forest is here only. Grihetako, vanetako, both tako here only. Better you focus on Sada Hari Bole Dako. Whether it is Griha or Vana, don't worry, it's Kali Yuga. Okay? Any other question? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, you have mentioned in the class that through the mercy of pure devotees, one
Can you keep the mic a little away from your mouth?
through the mercy of pure devotees.
Most people use the mic as a lollipop. The characteristic of the mic is better when you keep it at least 3 inches, 4 inches away.
Through the mercy of pure devotees, one can get away from this miseries, Maharaj. You have mentioned it in the class. As Kali Yuga goes and develops, and Prabhupada also mentioned in the Bhagavatam pages that whenever the word devotee is mentioned, it refers to pure devotee. As a neophyte, I find that it's very hard to find a pure devotee. How to find a pure devotee and how to properly associate with such a pure devotee, Maharaj?
As a neophyte, you find it difficult to find a pure devotee. It is because you are a neophyte that you are not able to see a pure devotee. That's what is the meaning. So you read Prabhupada's books, follow your authority. And from a poor devotee, you will become a pure devotee. Poor to pure, you will become. Because you said, I'm a neophyte. Neophyte means I'm poor in my devotion. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is available to everybody. He's a pure devotee. You can read his books, you can associate with him. He's sitting here today, listening to me, listening to you. Don't think he's not here. He's listening, you can associate with him. We did Guru Puja, Prabhupada Puja now, right? So, to whom did we do puja? For Prabhupada, the personality of Prabhupada. He is present. In the same way, you can have the association of Prabhupada, because you can have the association of so many other devotees who are strictly following what Prabhupada said. All this is association. Right? All this is association. If you have the capacity to take association, you will take association even from a neophyte devotee. It does not matter. Your eagerness matters. It's not that you should think, he's not pure, he's not pure, he's not pure. Which means that you are thinking that you are very pure. One should simply first learn to serve any devotee. Automatically Krishna will give you opportunity for association. Right? Prabhupada has created the society of devotees. You, unless somebody has really done something to spoil your bhakti, right? That's when you can say that I don't want to associate with this person. Otherwise, you can always serve everybody who is trying hard to be situated in Krishna consciousness. What is wrong? Prabhupada said that even a Kanishta can be a pure devotee. That's a different criterion. Don't think that because somebody is new, he cannot be pure. He can purely serve Krishna with whatever he wants to do. Right? Think about it. Om Tat Sat. Any other question or comment? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, when a person is not in Krishna consciousness and by the influence of material energy, that person is put in miserable situation of life. Then that person takes to Krishna consciousness. When that person starts practicing devotional service, then Maya starts dragging that person back from devotional service by interfering with the devotional service in the form of tests. So, what is actually the role of Maya? Because both the conditions, the person is miserable due to Maya.
Maya remains Maya. It is only you who will change because of Maya. Why? Because you have a desire for actually becoming Krishna conscious. So you should test whether you have a desire for actually becoming Krishna conscious. That desire for Krishna consciousness becomes very intense due to association and due to knowledge. When you read Prabhupada's books, when you associate with people who are actually following that, then you have a greater desire to become a devotee, like that. But as you have a greater desire and you try, Maya also will oppose. In an opposing situation, you become stronger in Krishna consciousness. If you swim against the current constantly, you'll become a very good swimmer very fast. Right? You become stronger, you become a very good swimmer because you are expert at swimming against the current. If you're put into Olympics in the still water, you'll just zoom, fly. Why? Because you are practiced swimming against the current. Same way, Maya will actually, Prabhupada said, if you take up Krishna consciousness, it's like declaring war on the illusory energy. When you come into Krishna consciousness, you should know Maya is going to oppose you. Why? You're trying to get out of her hold. So that is part of the game. Krishna knows that also, because it is his own energy. Right? So that is why it is called a good school. It is a university where you will have opposition, you have to study, you have to pass the exam, and there will be all sorts of things happening to you. But that's okay. By Krishna's mercy, you become victorious. Kaunteya pritijanahi name bhakta pranashati. This is such a school that if you become my devotee will never fail. Always he will pass. This is such a university where Krishna is saying, declare it boldly to the whole world, my devotee will never be a failure. Whatever test is put in front of him, he will always come out successful. Apparently he may have one or two steps, tripping here and there, but that doesn't matter. Ultimately he will be successful. He will come out of the university in flying colors. Why? He has decided to be my devotee. That decision, that determination is there in him, I will take him through. So, don't be worried about, after I become devotee, Maya is still harassing me. Who told you that if you become devotee, Maya will not harass you? Did somebody tell you that? Your becoming devotee is another thing. Inside the material world, Maya will harass you is another thing. But the harassment of the material energy will be felt by you only when you become a devotee. Till now you never felt it. You felt it's very nice. Kota nidra, jao maya, pishachira kole. Maya will keep you on her lap and feed you with a feeding bottle, it is mentioned. Don't worry, my son, don't get out of my grips, I'll give you whatever you want. And you never understood all these things before. But now you have knowledge. You are thinking, I am in Maya. This is not correct. This is not real. You got to know things. So then Maya will say, no. Stay here. So that is opposition. That opposition will not last much if Krishna's strong instructions are followed by you. There's no chance. That also Krishna is saying that. Bhagavad Gita. And great acharyas have also given us instruction. We simply have to follow that. And that Maya is opposing, that is Maya's job. That is her service, to oppose you so that you become strong. If you go to military training, they're training you to be this thing. Your supervisor will yell at you, shout at you, left, right, do that. What here, you're opposing me like this? No, that is how it's meant to be, the training. The training is meant to be like that so that when you go to war, you'll actually win. So, Maya becomes useful to the devotee for making progress. Right. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.